The Drakver Collective had made their calculations. They had studied the data, analyzed human military capabilities, and concluded that the species was spread too thin across the galaxy. One small outpost on the edge of explored space station Meridian would send the perfect message. They would demonstrate their superiority, claim the resource-rich sector, and the humans would negotiate from a position of weakness. They were wrong, Commander. Susan Okafor watched the tactical display in Earth's strategic command bunker, her jaw clenched so tight it ached. The grainy footage from Meridian's final moments played on loop across every screen. 347 souls, scientists, engineers, families, gone in a coordinated strike that lasted less than 7 minutes. "Show me the Drakver Homeworld," she said quietly. Her second-in-command, Captain Evan Torres, hesitated. "Ma'am, the Council hasn't authorized," I said. "Show me." The display shifted, revealing the blue-green planet of Drakvon Prime, nestled in a binary star system nearly 40 light-years from Earth. Population, 8 billion. Their civilization had been spacefaring for over 2 centuries, longer than humanity had even possessed faster-than-light travel. They considered themselves the architects of order in this sector of the galaxy. Susan studied the planet, her dark eyes reflecting the cold light of distant stars. She had spent 30 years in Earth's military, rising through the ranks during humanity's rapid expansion into the cosmos. She had negotiated treaties, prevented conflicts, and always chosen diplomacy over destruction. But Meridian had changed something fundamental in her, in all of them. "What are your orders, Commander?" Evan asked, his voice careful. Susan turned to face the room, full of officers and politicians who had gathered in the aftermath of the attack. The Galactic Council had sent their sympathies. Other species offered thoughts and prayers. The Drakver Collective had sent a ultimatum: withdraw from the disputed sectors or face further consequences. "Gentlemen, ladies," Susan began, her voice carrying the weight of 1,000 generations of human history. "The Drakver believe we are weak because we choose diplomacy. They believe our spread across the stars has diluted our strength. They believe that destroying one outpost will make us retreat." She paused, letting her words sink in. "They have fundamentally misunderstood our species." She activated the holographic display, showing Earth's military assets scattered across dozens of star systems. To the untrained eye, it looked dispersed, vulnerable, but Evan saw what she was revealing. Humanity's greatest strength wasn't consolidation, it was adaptability. "We didn't spread thin," Susan continued. "We built redundancy. Every colony is self-sufficient, every outpost can manufacture what it needs, and every single installation from here to the outer rim is connected by quantum communication." Her finger traced lines across the display, showing the instantaneous communication network humanity had pioneered. "The Drakver think in terms of territory and dominance. We think in terms of systems and resilience." "Commander," one of the civilian advisors interrupted, "surely you're not suggesting retribution?" Susan's smile was cold. "No, I'm suggesting consequences. The Drakver Collective operates under a hierarchical structure. Their entire civilization is directed from Drakvan Prime. They attacked us believing we would negotiate, that we would weigh the cost of war against the value of one outpost." She turned to Evan. "Captain, status of Operation Cassandra." Evan pulled up the classified file, his fingers moving across the haptic interface. "All 37 stealth ships are in position. Commander, they've been maintaining station in the Drakvon system for the past 6 months as planned." The room erupted. The stealth initiative had been a contingency, a deterrent never meant to be used. 37 ships, each carrying enough firepower to crack a continent, had been silently deployed throughout strategic systems, not as a first-strike weapon, but as a guarantee. If humanity was attacked, the response would be absolute. "We've had eyes on their homeworld for half a year," one general asked, incredulous. "We have eyes on 47 potential threat worlds," Susan replied, "because we learned from Earth's history. Deterrence only works if it's real, if it's present, if it's capable." She pulled up the footage from Meridian again, letting them all see the children, the families. They attacked civilians. They murdered 347 people to make a point about their strength. Evan stepped beside her, lowering his voice. "Susan, once we do this, there's no going back. The galaxy will fear us." "The galaxy already fears what they don't understand," she replied. "Better they fear our strength than test our mercy." She turned to face him fully, and Evan saw the burden in her eyes, the weight of what she was about to unleash. "Send the message to the Drakver leadership first. Give them 1 hour to evacuate their homeworld." "They won't," Evan said. "Their pride won't allow it. Then their pride will doom them." Susan's hand hovered over the authorization panel. Humanity didn't crawl out of the gravity well, survive countless wars, and spread across the stars just to be bullied by a species that mistakes our restraint for weakness. The hour passed. The Drakevor leadership called humanity's bluff, declaring that no species would dare attack a populated homeworld that violated every galactic convention. They underestimated human resolve. They didn't understand that humanity had spent millennia learning a simple lesson. Some lines, once crossed, demand an answer that echoes through history. When the 37 stealth ships dropped their camouflage and began their synchronized strike, the Drakevor had less than 3 minutes to comprehend their mistake. The weapons weren't nuclear. Humanity had moved beyond such crude tools. They were gravitational disruptors, tools designed to terraform, to reshape worlds. Used at full power, they could tear a planet's crust apart like paper. Drake Von Prime didn't explode dramatically. It simply came apart. The tectonic plates shattered, the atmosphere vented into space, and within 6 hours, 8 billion Drakevor were gone. The rest of the collective, scattered across their colonies, received one message from Earth: "You taught us that actions have consequences. Thank you for the lesson." Susan Okafor watched it happen from Earth, her face impassive. Beside her, Evan stood silent, both of them bearing witness to the moment humanity announced itself not as explorers or diplomats, but as survivors who remembered, who calculated, who never forgot. The galaxy learned that day, humanity doesn't start fights, but it always finishes them.